Hi YouTube, welcome to number 10. When you have a tarantula that gets to this size, you can give me that white one right there. You can start feeding them adult sized dubia. This is the Neo-Hideliense Gold right here. I mean, that's not a dubia, I'm sorry. It is a Bladder lateralis. And that's a Neo-Hideliense Gold down in here. I'm going to try to move it a little bit where he'll come out. So you can see. You can see there. Yeah, there's a Neo-Hideliense Gold color form. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll put that roach there. Maybe he'll get it, maybe he won't. We're going to leave it. If y'all have not watched the rest of the series, you really need to. It's awesome. All these will be put into the playlist as they're made. Everything you need to know about raising baby tarantulas. Now over here we got B. vagans. We still have B. vagans available for people. We've been raising them up for a while now. And as tarantulas get bigger, they go up in price. These tarantulas are now $20 a piece because they are about 7th and 8th instar. They'll be molting out next time. I'm gonna need this. You're gonna have to put them in. Just leave them for a minute. I got plenty, so I can get through this video. We got a lot to feed after we get done with this video. So while we're doing this video, I'm just going to show y'all and walk you guys through it. We've already cut up a bunch of roaches. As y'all can see, parts of roaches all over the place. It's a horrific sight, but something that has to be done when keeping baby slings. Good thing is these guys can eat bigger foodstuffs now. They can eat bigger food stuff. They're all Brachypelma vagans. When you see, you check, if you keep your room 80 to 83, 84 degrees, if you have a tea room, or you keep your area, the substrate will dry out. What I like to do with all of my tarantulas, regardless of their needs, is give them a gradient. So you want water, wet spot, and then a dry spot, because it's very important. And Sarah's been raising these and doing exactly what I'm doing for ever since they were born, to get them to what they are now. I'm just walking y'all through what it is. So anybody getting a B. vagans from us will know that it has been loved and cared for the entire time by Sarah Tyndall, and it's an amazing animal. I highly recommend these to anyone. I can't see me living in a world without a B. vagans myself. Absolutely awesome. Very rewarding. Very heavy hitters. If some of them aren't eating on film, that's because they're already full. So we're going to water and feed a bunch of these for a little bit while I'm rambling along. If y'all have any questions or anything, check it out.
We went from...
Y'all have any questions, leave it in the comments, and we'll get back to you.
Edward showed you in the last video with legs, and then you go up and...
Yeah, you just improvise, overcome and adapt to any situation.
I'm still cutting these in thirds. I'll roach into thirds.
Sometimes you can get away with a half if they're bigger tarantulas, and sometimes you just, after you get them up to speed, you just feed them a whole. So we do this
every 3 days.
Every 3 days. And the reason 3 days is because we want to make sure, here goes that gradient.
If I see these guys are fixing to molt, I will pass them up. And if I see they're freshly molted, I will
there you
pass
go.
it
Look,
up
people.
as well.
There we go. We got a takedown. Awesome. Awesome. Y'all see, they do eat carrion. They get used to it. They'll do that in the wild, because you gotta face it. What the hell is a baby tarantula gonna do? How are they going to fend for themselves? They're not going to. They're gonna go find something killed and left behind and take that down because it's all they can do. And that's what you see is the way to get by with this stuff, and it's very rewarding because later on these tarantulas are going to be absolutely humongous. They're going to be 5, 6 inch, if you're lucky 7.5 inch adults that are awesome and will remember all the TLC you gave to them. Not really, but you can think that. And they're absolutely fine with you thinking that.
Some of these guys will, once they see a person and that stuff, then they hear that cap, they will run up and look.
Yep, they get used to it. They get used to a certain thing. They're
Some
very.
people say no.
Well, them people are lying because I hate to call them a liar, but these tarantulas will get used to something. They're very intelligent. You see it here? Here we go. A molt. We pull a molt out. Where'd that molt go? Can you grab it for me?
Okay.
There's a molt. And then here's roaches from last time. We're gonna take that out of there. All that nastiness. And then we're gonna put him a shot of water. Him or her a shot of water. And then we're gonna give him or her a shot of roach. So it's got everything that it needs in there. And that's about all there is to it. And the reason I'm doing this so many times and repetitive and showing you guys is because I want you to know this is what happens. This is what it takes. For all you newcomers, because I didn't have this opportunity. Nobody told me I had to learn this stuff on my own. And I have learned a lot from a lot of people, but a lot of this stuff I came up with my own self. And these are awesome. If you look, you can see how different ones are different. We got another molt here. You can see these little molts. They're so cute. That's very rewarding watching a tarantula go from a little egg to what it is. I like keeping my food stuff on top. I have no issue or problem whatsoever thinking that they won't eat that because I know they will. And that's why you check them in 3 days just in case they don't. Here's another little guy. And it's good that, you might think it's a bad thing that the roach pulsates and stuff like that, but it's not, because that's enticing to the tarantula. And if it's sitting there doing that, it might piss the tarantula off if they're not hungry, and they'll just attack it and eat it just because it's aggravated them. Y'all see what size these vegans are now. If you watch some of my earlier videos, and you'll know that these vegans are doing absolutely awesome. Watch people. See that little pulsating? It's either going to eat it or it's going to run from it because it thinks it's too big or dangerous. There's no telling. And you want to mash the heads of roaches like that on that segment because you don't want it to be able to attack your tarantula. Look how pink that one looks. Yep, it left it right now, but it will get it later. A tarantula will do one or two things. It'll eat it or it won't eat it. There is no in between. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I'm about to end this one. I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get you guys videos up. Just having some issues. See that one leg going? Now when I put this tarantula to itself alone, leave it alone, it's going to eat that. These dried out because it's been about 5 days since we checked these this time. Usually it's 3 days. This one is going after water. That means that it's hungry and it will eat this piece of roach. We're putting a piece of roach in there for it. And it'll get that with that little piece of wing. Y'all don't have to worry. So you do this and you follow these instructions. I promise you, you will be successful in your tarantula keeping hobby or eventual career. I know this for a fact because I have been doing the same thing repetitively for, well, since the year 2000. And I have very little incident, less power failure or something of that nature that I can do anything about outside of my hands. I've had some major losses in my life, but I don't let it slow me down or stop me or anything like that, because we must go on. You see how dry this is? Y'all don't want it dry like that. On most brachypomas, you do want it dry. The dry substrate and then a little bit of moisture in there on one side, just so they have a gradient, especially being a little sling. Now, it don't hurt them to dry out like that once completely every 3 to 5 days or whatever, but I just like to keep one side wet. That's the most important thing you got to remember. Make your holes so they're not too big, so they can't get out. That's a major one. Make sure your food stuff you put in there cannot kill your baby tarantula. Make sure they have a gradient, half wet, half dry.
Make sure that the substrate is not too deep, because the caves can collapse and can kill your tarantulas.
Yeah. If you drop it or something, if the substrate's not perfect for them.
Dig too much.
They can dig though. I encourage tarantulas digging in, like in a test tube or something, or in a pill bottle. It won't hurt to have deeper substrate, but Sarah is right. We have lost tarantulas, and so have other people, by the substrate collapsing because of depending on the mixture. I've never had Eco Earth by itself do that. Not saying that it won't, but I've never had it do it. But that's that. And you see some of these still have moisture in them. Some of them don't. Here we go, another molt. Another molt. Look at that beautiful tarantula, people. You don't see that absolutely beautiful tarantula? I'll put this head down here for it. If it wants it, it wants it. And it's running. It's running. Here, baby. I'm fixing to cut, people. I'm going to feed this one, and then I'm going to continue feeding these off cam, because I'm not having a long thing. Like I said, if y'all have questions, please. If y'all have questions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for post notifications. Know when I upload a video. Share my video. I'm trying to expand my subscribers. I need to reach more people, because I have extremely great content on here that needs to get out to people before I die, so people can learn how to properly care for their tarantulas based on my many failures and learning from that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 10. I'll try to get more episodes to you guys in the future. Look at this shit. What a hell of a way to end the video, huh? Y'all love it or not? Don't forget, you can buy these bee vegans from me for $20 a piece. You have to PM me on Facebook, and we will deal. Edward Tyndall, Sarah Tyndall, so many tarantula Tyndalls out. Yeah. Here's what we got left in here. I guess Sarah's going to be dealing with that. You're so blurry, baby. Alright. Peace and love.